This was not a good position for me to be in, and oh! What's up, Agent Zero here, and welcome to Rucoy Online. Guys, it's been a while since I've done a random game Friday video. It's been like 2 months if I'm counting this out correctly. And I decided I wanted to bring it back for an episode. I wanted to try something that I've honestly never played before, although mainly I was actually on this game earlier today to A, get an understanding of how this game actually works, and B, actually get myself started. As you can tell, I'm already at level 10. As you can see, it's kind of obvious who I am. I'm in the center. But basically, this is an MMO RPG, and it's free to download on Play Store, which, by the way, it's only available on Play Store. Those of you who are on iOS or Amazon, unfortunately, there's not much I can do, and I do apologize. But yeah, this is actually an interesting MMORPG, which I don't play too many of these to begin with. But this is actually a rather simple MMORPG to understand, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how this game works, and then we're going to get into some basic gameplay. So this is, as you could tell, a top-down perspective game. To move around, you simply tap the screen and you will move to the location that you tap to. And this game is based on a grid system. Now, if you want to attack enemies, just simply tap on an enemy, it will highlight them, and you will automatically attack them. And hey, I got some gold off of that rat. And I'm already level 10 if you guys couldn't tell. But that's basically how the game works. Now, you're going to see two sets of buttons at the left, bottom left, and right. The bottom left buttons, this is my, super attack, I think is what it's called, my mana potions, and my health potions. In the bottom right corner is my weapons selector. So right now I am currently a knight because I have my sword chosen. If I go ahead and tap on my bow, I am now an archer. And so now I can basically attack any enemy I want using my bow. And the super weapon actually changes depending on which weapon you have out. And the last one is a mage, which honestly I like the look, but I'm not entirely sure I like the attacks that it does, because it seems pretty weak if I'm being completely honest. But it is kind of cool to have a mage in this kind of game. And apparently it's not quite as weak as I thought it was, because earlier as I was playing, it seemed to do not a lot of damage. Must be because I was like up close and it doesn't seem to like that. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure on that. So whenever you use a super attack, it uses up your mana bar. If you look at the top left of the screen, you can see 250 out of 250. That's my health, obviously. Below that is a blue bar, which is my mana bar, which increases slowly over time. And down below that is a small white bar. That's my experience. Your super attacks cost mana, and I just took out that rat without a problem using my super attack. I have the same thing with my arrows, which shoots at like, I want to say like 3 or 4 arrows at once, I'm not entirely sure. And then my mage attack, all I have to do is tap on it, and then tap on a direction, and it does that. Okay, so apparently I can't really do too much attack. I didn't even highlight the enemy, that's why I wasn't attacking. So you're also noticing that occasionally this little hand icon will appear in the top right corner. That means I have the opportunity to pick something up off the ground if I want to, but I actually don't need this. If I tap on this, go to my inventory, I already have a glove, so I don't actually need it. And also down in the bottom right corner by my mage staff is actually how many arrows I have, if that wasn't obvious. And it does go down as I'm fighting. And I do want to pick up as much gold as I can. I can't really buy anything because I'm not very high up in this game. But still, having gold to begin with is going to help me out a lot. And I actually spawned like somewhere up and to the left. There's like a little boat dock or something that you start off at. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but that's where you start off when you start the game, and you're obviously going to start at level 1. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So this is, I want to say, this is technically the first town. I don't know if there are any other towns in the game. You have a supplies merchant which you can use to buy arrows and potions and stuff. If we go down here, there's a gear merchant which we can buy like armor and weapons and stuff. I'm actually trying to see if I can save up for either this blue bag or this backpack, which is going to take a lot of money. This is going to increase my inventory space, which as of right now my inventory space isn't all that great. And then over here we have ourselves a vault merchant. This is basically a bank. So if I want to, I can store some stuff from my inventory into the vault and also either withdraw or deposit money into my bank. And then you guys are going to notice that down here there are some little shops. These are actual people. I looked into this a little bit earlier. You can set up shop, but then you're unable to play for like an hour or something while people live come and buy stuff off of you, which is kind of interesting. And I haven't quite figured out what this building does. I don't think it has a purpose. This game is technically still in development. I don't know how long this game has been available, but still technically in development, so you guys gotta at least give it that. Anyway, enough talking about how the game works. I've gone like 7.5 minutes into this explaining the game. I need to actually get into actual gameplay. So we're gonna go down in here. This appears to be some sort of dungeon, which I've not been in here point blank. This is my first time being down in here. So I'm kind of curious to see what all could possibly be down here. This is effectively going to be like a maze of sorts, it looks like. So this is going to be kind of interesting to see what all I can find. As long as I'm getting gold, I'm happy. Because the more gold I can have, obviously that's better for me. And occasionally, as you notice when I killed the level 1 rats, they will occasionally drop gear. And by the way, if you guys decide you want to play this game for yourself, but you don't like the blood stains that are appearing down the bottom, there is actually an option that you can turn that off. You can go ahead and turn off blood effects. As you can see, the blood is now gone. If I turn it back on, well, it's back. I kind of like the blood effects because it shows that something just died there recently. I know that sounds demented, but whatever. So I don't know if this game includes any bosses or whatnot, and if it does include bosses, it does also include like you can do like raids with other people, I'm pretty sure, because if you tap on another person, and I did this not intentionally but accidentally, but if you tap on another person, you can actually get information towards like recruiting them or something. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really looked too much into it. But yeah, this is the basic of what the game is, and I really do enjoy the way this works out. And something I didn't mention is that if you're like surrounded by enemies and you're a knight class, you do have the option to attack more than one person, more than one enemy, I should say, at once. And I actually wanted to pick up that boot because I don't actually have boots right now. But apparently it despawned, so there's really not much I can do. Also, if you notice, it just upgraded me to a higher melee. That's just the way this game actually works, is that upgrade your stats as you go. And it's not just your level, which I'm actually almost at level 11. If you take a look at the top right corner, not top right, top left corner of the screen, my little white bar below my mana is actually almost full, which means I should be leveling up to 11 here before too long. And along with leveling up, you actually get a full mana restore. Your health, as with most RPGs, yeah, just went up. And I guess I shouldn't have tried to take that gold. That technically belonged to that one person. So yeah, this is basically what the game is. And I want to see how far I can get within at least this video. So I just got advanced level, defense level 17, which actually isn't too bad. Although I'm not fully understanding of what all of the stats to do. I actually have to do research to figure that out. But yeah, I am enjoying this game so far, and it appears there isn't really too much to this dungeon. So this is pretty much, as far as I can tell, just to, like, farm stats. And I actually do want this. I'm glad this decided to pop up. Alright, so let's pick up this gold. Let's check my inventory. Oh, I already have boots. I didn't even realize that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. Actually, I probably shouldn't have picked that up. That belonged to that other person. Then again, I was playing earlier today, and apparently my money maxed out. I think as you level up, you can hold more money. I'm not entirely sure. But let me go ahead and show you guys another mechanic that you can go ahead and do. If you go to sell, you can actually sell stuff you're not using. And I only get 10 gold for this leather boot. Not that it's really too big of a deal, but still. Now, I am kind of curious, like, what else is out here? Because I haven't explored very much. Again, I was only playing this for a little bit just to get an understanding of how this game works, and I wanted to kind of leave most of it for the video. Now, these crows actually gave me a little bit of trouble earlier today. Then again, I wasn't exactly supposed to take them out just yet. I wasn't exactly strong enough. But right now, I guess what I'm really doing is trying to explore, see what I can find, and take out as many enemies as I can along the way. It's just the way most of these MMORPGs work. And by the way, I probably should have mentioned this at the start of the video, but I actually don't know how the sound on this is going to turn out, because the last time I tried to record a game that had some sort of in-game music, my editor for whatever reason distorted the music. I'm hoping that now that I have the pro version of my editor, that won't be a problem. But I do have the music turned down at least a little bit, down to minimum, just in case that problem does arise. I don't know if there's, like, anything further I can do for right now. I mean, I could obviously go into the desert, but I feel like I don't want to do that just yet, because the enemies seem to be a little bit tougher out there, and I don't want to have to deal with them just yet. And there's a level 15 golem. I definitely don't want to take him on just yet. Now, if you couldn't tell, this is all live. You can technically do PvP, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. So I guess right now all I'm doing is farming up XP until I have enough to take on the enemies off in the desert, which I didn't know there was even a desert. Again, I am technically still new to this game, so I'm not 100% sure on everything that this game has to offer, and seems to be a dungeon down here. Well, what's down here? Wolves? Yeah, I can take you. I should have no problem with that. I didn't even know this dungeon was down here. I'm glad I found it. And something, I don't know if you guys are actually able to tell, but when I'm actually ganged up on more than one side, there was a little bit of a glitch. I can actually use my weapon and take them out all at once, or at least try to. But it does cost mana, as I've mentioned. And I think I'm actually down on the same level as that rat dungeon that was down in earlier. It wouldn't surprise me, though. I don't even know if, like, these wolves are gonna, like, drop anything special. And something I am noticing that is the occasional, like, glitch where something, my character moves. I can't really explain why that happens because it technically was happening earlier, but I really don't know what causes it. Oh, you know what? You can have that wolf. I'll take on this guy. And that's technically your gold, so you go ahead and pick that up. There you go. You good? Nope. Okay, so I'm seeing a few other dungeons. Apparently, like, the dungeons are... Excuse me, they're all down at the exact same level as each other. You just can't get to them without the proper entrance. Does make a lot of sense, though. I'll admit to that. So it doesn't look like these wolves are actually dropping anything useful, but I do want to see if, like, there's anything special I can find. I'm not entirely sure. Once I reach level at least 13, I think I'll be safe to take on the desert. And something that I'm noticing is that I probably should pay a little closer attention to my mana because because my special attacks do require mana to use, and I'm using it a lot, especially because I'm being ganged up on by these wolves quite a bit. Let's see, what's my experience at? Like about 2/3 of the way up, which actually isn't too bad. Definitely getting some good XP down this dungeon, which I'm not going to complain about. You know what, I probably could switch to Archer and try taking some of these enemies out from a distance. There we go. I'm thinking that maybe that's a good strategy to use to switch between different weapons from time to time. Although it doesn't look like these wolves are actually being affected by my arrows, which is kind of unfortunate. It doesn't seem to be affected by my magic either. I don't seem to be taking too much damage either, although I'm about... Oh, I didn't even realize I am regenerating health. I probably should have realized that. Alright. So if I can at least get to level 13, I think I should be ready to take on the desert. I'm pretty sure I do completely refill. Yeah, I do completely refill on health once I level up. I should have expected that. Alright, I think I'm just about done in this dungeon. Let's see what this desert has to offer. I'm probably not going to go too far into this desert. I just kind of do want to see what's going on out there. Okay, so the scorpion is at level 12. And these crows are just not laying up on me. This is going to be annoying. Well, if I go ahead and go mage and do this. Okay, so I seem to be taking out these enemies rather easily. I don't think there's like poison damage or anything because I'm not noticing any sort of that kind of thing. And I seem to remember seeing a dungeon off in the distance when I was down in the other dungeon. So I'm thinking maybe there's something somewhere in this desert, although I don't know how much longer I'm going to be going into this video. I've already reached 20 minutes. Is Cobra coming after me? Yeah, let's take him out. There we go, got rid of you. You also kind of gotta realize that your character, when you decide to move them, kind of goes in their own little path. And you just gotta kind of work with it. Oh, I'm surrounded on all sides. This is not good. Okay, I need to go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and fill up on our mana so I can attack all these guys at once. This was not a good position for me to be in, and oh! I didn't even realize I had died. That's not good. Alright. Oh, that's what this building is for. Let's check my gold. What's my gold at? Okay, my gold seems to have been fine. Alright. Well, that was unfortunate. I got surrounded on every single side, which wasn't good. I probably should have been paying a little closer attention to my health bar when I wasn't. Guess maybe I need to level up a little bit more. I was mainly focused on trying to find whatever this dungeon temple is, if I can find it, but there's like so many enemies in the area that it's just hard to find like anything. And I'm not even sure that's a smart idea to do this again, considering I got killed once already. Maybe I just need to consider leveling up a lot more before I'm ready to take on this sort of thing. And I'm already getting followed by a lot of stuff. This is not a smart decision. If there was like a way I could move faster, that would probably be a good decision. Can I like outrun some of these guys? I probably can outrun some of these guys if I'm doing this correctly. This is not a smart idea. I'm going to say that right now. Alright, I should have expected this sort of thing to happen with enemies just kind of ganging up on you, because that's technically how these kind of things actually end up working. Like, I am curious, like, what else is, like, up here? Okay, so there's that goblin. I think that's what it was, a goblin, like, hideout or something along the lines that I saw earlier today. or at least earlier in this video. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, there we go. That's not what I wanted to do. If I do this, there we go, and I do want to pick this up, and I want to pick that up. Let's go ahead and take care of you since I'm here. Alright. Well, that was a bit of an interesting run, to say the least. That was actually my very first death in this game, was on video. I had not died previously on this game before to begin with. But you know what? With this out of the way, I think this is a good place to go ahead and end off the video. I've been playing this game for not only a little bit on my own time, like about half an hour or so, but about the same amount of time here on video. I've been recording for like 25, 26 minutes, something like that. I'm probably not going to be editing out too much, because that's just the way I do things, because I barely do very much editing, even though I do. I'm just going on a rant, I need to stop. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end things off. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, then make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCPU0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Stews. Thank you guys for watching. Regular Minecraft videos will return tomorrow, so you guys don't have to worry about that. And if you guys do in fact want me to play this game again as a video, you can go ahead and let me know that too. Guy just apparently died and spawned right on top of me. Not that's a problem. Let's go ahead and move out of the way. Yes, Minecraft will return tomorrow. Let me know if you're interested in seeing me play this game again at some point in the future. But yeah, with that, I will see you guys later.